Now there are many different types of dynamic blocks available, and we'll demonstrate some of those in one of the videos in this section. What we're going to do though is we're going to use a thing called visibility states to create a dynamic block family based on the tables and chairs we've already made in the previous videos. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the block editor to create a dynamic block. Now we've got a drawing, 04 visibility states complete, ongoing at the moment. That will obviously be the one that we use to complete the video. If you want to follow the video, you need to open up 04 visibility states.dwg. Okay, so there's a table arrangement there. That's the small one with the 4 chairs. I've just brought that in to put something into the drawing. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the Insert tab on the ribbon, and we're going to go straight into the block editor here on the block definition dialog box. And that'll take us into a separate part of AutoCAD. Now, before we do that though, AutoCAD's prompting us for a block definition that we're going to create. So what we're going to create is table arrangement dynamic. So we'll type in there, table arrangement, and then a dash dyn, like so. We only need to call it table arrangement because the dynamic block will have all 3 arrangements in it. So we click on OK, takes a few seconds to load up, and then we've got our block editor available, and there's our block authoring palettes right there. So once those are in place, we need to start thinking about what we're going to do with this. So let's have a look. I'm going to go to the parameters tab there because we need to set a point parameter so that we've got like a base point, or we can actually just put a base point in on the block itself. But we need to bring the blocks in. So what I'm going to do is just go to Insert Block. So I go to the Home tab, and there's the block panel, and I go Insert, and Insert Table Arrangement Small first. Just bring it in, and just drop it on the screen there like that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit now because I want to bring in all 3. So we go to Insert again. On the list though, we find the medium one. We bring that in as well. And then we find the long one as well. So Insert again, and the long table arrangement as well. Now I've got all 3 there ready to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place them on top of each other. And we're going to use a common point, which is the bottom left corner of each table. So what I'm going to do now is select this one, and then I'm going to move it. So it's a right click, move on the shortcut menu, pick that point there, pick that point there. So they're on top of each other. Same again, select this one, right click, move on the shortcut menu, pick that there, and then pick that there. So they're all on top of each other. It looks a bit messy, but don't worry, we'll figure that out as we go. Right, we now need a base point. So we go to the Parameters tab on the Block Authoring palette, Base Point, and the base point is going to be there. So there's our base point showing up. Now, what you could do as well is you could have a point parameter there and allow that to have a move action applied to it. So let's do that too, point parameter, and we'll put that on there too. And we'll just drag that position parameter there like that. And it's got an exclamation mark. And what we do now is we go to the Action tab here and we go Move, like so. And that adds a move action to the block definition. So we're going to pick there, add that, select everything so that it all moves like so, and then just press enter. So we've got a positioning point there. So when we use the dynamic block, we can move it around and everything will move with it. Okay, back to parameters now. Is there a visibility parameter? Yes, there is. So we go to visibility now, and I'm just going to place that there. There's my visibility arrow right there. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the block editor tab now because we need to be in there. There's my visibility panel there. So visibility states, we need to set those up next. So we click there, gives us a default visibility state 0. I'm going to rename that as table arrangement small, like so, and press enter. Then I'm going to create another new one, which will be table arrangement medium. Hopefully you can see where this is going. And then one more, which will be table arrangement long. Click on OK like so. And then I'm going to go back to table arrangement small like that, set it as current, and then click on OK. So what we need to do now is make each block visible for the appropriate visibility state. So we've got table arrangement small is the current visibility state. I'm going to click this little button here, visibility mode, and you'll see why in a moment. So I now click on here, visible, and I find the small one. Make sure you get the small one, which is there. Click. That's going to be visible, and then press enter. Then invisible, you want the medium one and the long one, like so, and press enter. Now they'll go a grey colour because they're invisible on that visibility state. I then go to the next visibility state, medium, like so, and I want the medium to be visible, so I click on visible and I select the medium one, and then I press enter. Invisible now will be the small one and the long one, and then press enter again, like so. Last but not least, we want table arrangement long. We want the long table to be visible, like so, and then invisible will be the medium and the small. And then we press enter again. So we've now set our visibility states. Now the good thing about AutoCAD, I can go into test block. So I'm now in test block mode, so I can select my block. There's my move, so I can click, I can move that and it moves. I can test this as well, like so. So there we go, table arrangement, small, medium, long. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to edit that move parameter, because can you see the arrow doesn't go with it? So I close the test block window. And what I've got to do is I've got to check that move, which is right there. So I'm going to delete that move there, click on it, delete it. Okay, and then just hit escape. And then I'm going to go back to actions. I need to add a move action to that position parameter there, like that. Select everything, make sure I've got the visibility states in there this time, and then press enter. And what I'll do now is I'll test that. So I go back to test block, click on my block there, click there, and that now moves with it. Can you see? It moves with it. So I'm going to hit escape now, close the test block window. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the block, and then I'm going to close the block editor. Now that's just a regular block there, okay? Not dynamic. But if I now go to my home tab, go to insert, and there's my dynamic block there with the little arrow. Can you see the little lightning symbol? Click on OK. I'll bring that in. It looks just like the other block, but when I click on it, I can now go, oh, I want a medium, or I want a long table, like so. That's how dynamic blocks and visibility states in this case can make you work much smarter and much faster in AutoCAD.